Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Engineering Knowledge. Today's our topic is single phase double capacitor motor. Today's video will be beneficial to the engineering students, especially who are belonging to the electrical branch. In this video, I have tried to explain the difference between starting capacitor, running capacitor and permanent capacitor. Apart from this, I have shown the connection of the motor. This motor is of single phase only, but it has two capacitors. Let's see which capacitors are used in the connection with the motor. One is starting capacitor and second is running capacitor. Then a question arises in your mind that which capacitor is used in ceiling fan at our home? Running capacitor or starting capacitor? Generally, most of the people says that in fans starting capacitors are used, but it is wrong. In ceiling fan, the permanent capacitor is used. The permanent capacitor is used to start the fan and as well as to run the fan. Let's come back to our topic. If we talk about starting capacitor in the motor, as the name suggests, the function of the starting capacitor is to rotate the rotor for one time. That's it. Here the function of starting capacitor is completed. Then it will be disconnected from the circuit by a centrifugal switch or relay, or maybe you call a switch only. If we will remove the starting capacitor from the motor, then the functioning of the motor will not be affected. Second is running capacitor. The function of the running capacitor is to run the motor. The running capacitor must be connected to the motor. If the running capacitor is burnt or removed from the motor, then the motor will not work. If I remove the starting capacitor or it is not working, then it will not affect my motor. I can start the double capacitor motor without starting capacitor. How can I start? Let's see. As I have mentioned earlier that the function of the starting capacitor is to rotate the rotor for one time only. If somehow I manage to rotate the rotor for one time, then the motor will start and it will work on running capacitor. Sometimes our motor does not work, so we push a fan with the help of wooden stick. I think this function has been done by most of us at our home, right? If I remove the running capacitor from the motor, then the motor will stop working. Let's talk about how connection of motor is taken place. It seems that the connection is difficult, but it is not. The connection is very easy. In single phase motor, there are two windings, hence there will be four wires. As shown in figure, two ends of wires on one side are shorted and neutral wire is connected. The running capacitor will be connected in the parallel to the winding. I cannot connect starting capacitor like running capacitor, so I will put a centrifugal switch or relay in series with starting capacitor and connect in parallel to the winding, and a phase connection will be given as shown in figure. If two capacitors are placed in front of you and asked which is starting capacitor, then how you will recognize which is starting capacitor and which is running capacitor? The value of running capacitor is very less than the value of starting capacitor. The starting capacitors usually have capacitance value of over 70 microfarad. They come in various voltage ratings depending on the application they were intended. What will happen if we choose or connect wrong capacitor? Choosing a wrong capacitance value for a motor can result in an uneven magnetic field which can be observed as uneven motor rotation speed especially when it is in underload. This can cause additional noise from the motor, performance drops, and increased energy consumption, as well as additional heating, which can cause the motor to overheat. I hope you have understood the function of starting capacitor and running capacitor in the motor. Thank you for watching my video, and please like, share and subscribe my channel.